you could think this is bluster by Iran, do this, and we're going to do this, and kind of a one-upsmanship thing. But should Americans be concerned given what Biden was doing or not doing for 4 years?
Be concerned, absolutely, for sure. Be worried that they're going to, dispatch their sleeper cells. The Ayatollah is not suicidal. And if they were to hit us in the homeland, it would be suicidal for him, because President Trump doesn't bluff, and President Trump goes by the same theory that I do. If you punch me in the nose, I'm going to kick your teeth out. And that's the same thing that would happen here. So this whole threat about going to dispatch the sleeper cells, that was the wrong move with the wrong president.
Oh, that ticked Trump off.
Well, absolutely.
Have you ever seen him more angry than he was this morning? I mean,
no.
I enjoyed it thoroughly. I mean, at 7:15, when you get Trump dropping the F-bomb, that's going to be a good day of news. But that was pretty powerful.
I've known President Trump now since 2016. I've become very close to him since 2019. And
show off.
It takes a lot. Well, it takes a lot to get him upset to that point.
Oh, yeah.
But it rattled him because he had worked so hard on making sure that the message was precise, our delivery was precise. We knocked out Iranians' ability to have a nuclear weapon. And then to see a tit for tat when President Trump showed restraint the day before when they attacked our joint Air Force base in Qatar. So he had a right to be upset, and guess what? It got results, because what he did with the Iranian nuclear program was woke up every leader around the world and said, this is a new day for America and a new leader, or I'd say a new sheriff at the White House.
All right, a former counterterror official explained how these Iranian nationals here in the United States game the system. Senator, watch.
The Iranians can create passports, and they can create identity documents. And in essence, the name that they provide doesn't necessarily mean that that's who that person is. That's part of the game when it comes to how they go about infiltrating personnel to carry out operations.
I mean, the fact that we have Chinese nationals here, Iranian nationals, others from adversary countries, they just waltzed right into the United States.
Under the last 4 years of Biden administration.
But the border was secure.
Oh, yeah. Right. Well, but they also said they couldn't do anything else to secure it without congressional approval or congressional help. And President Trump had zero illegals cross last month. And at the same time last year, they had over 60,000. This is why biometric is so important, because we know they're able to forge documents. They forge our currency all the time. They can forge our documents. Without biometrics being openly used on the border, understanding who people are coming in and out of our country is extremely dangerous, and much less the way that the Biden administration did, by just say, hey, come on in, we'll accept whoever you say you are.
Well, the 9/11 Commission recommended that we fingerprint everyone coming into the country and track them when they leave the country.
Right.
I mean, that was, all those years ago, and we're still futzing around with this.
Well, because it's President Trump in office right now.
But Congress has to authorize it. Y'all in Congress have to authorize the money for this and make sure it's implemented.
We did authorize this. We did authorize it back in the president's first term. We also authorized the ability to scan every vehicle coming in. The Democrats scrapped it all. The same way they scrapped the border wall underneath President Biden. This was put in place. They decided to use the money someplace else by what? I don't know, building safe havens for the illegals to come into by putting them in hotels. I don't know.
I want to ask you about this leaked intel report.
Right.
We were just talking to Steve Witkoff about this is serious. This is from the DIA, the Pentagon's intel agency. We know, 15, 16 intel agencies in our government. This is an important early look assessment, right? And it was provided, the evidence for this assessment, by CENTCOM.
Right.
It's leaked. It dominates the news all day long to undercut what looks like a very successful mission on Saturday by our troops and by the B-2 bombers and the U.S. military. Well, should there be an investigation into this leak of a report in the middle of all this?
Yeah, absolutely. But let's clarify DIA versus DNI. DNI is Defense Intelligence Agency. That is ran by Tulsi Gabbard. DIA is Defense Intelligence.
I think I said DIA.
Yeah, you did. But for your audience, we use so many acronyms.
You. I need you to clarify for me.
The Defense Intelligence Agency. So the Defense Department, they don't have eyes on this like our IC community does. It was a premature leak, and without question, It needs to be investigated. This kind of information cannot be leaked. And because you have fake news like CNN running with the story, and it's absolutely false.
They were salivating all day long on this, banner after banner, mission not successful. Senator, thank you for coming in. And thank you for bringing your exercise ball. That was very entertaining, the entire segment.
Sorry.
My goodness. He's like, I mean, are you okay? Very entertaining, the entire segment. My goodness. He's like, I mean, are you okay? All right, up next, Democrats rooting for war? Yeah, we'll explain it next.